Good morning everyone, and we'll continue with chapter 6. Because of all this, what happens? Our syllabus goes back. I need to give half an hour lecture on the responsibility, teaching you people the responsibilities. Are you the LKG, UKG kid that I want to tell you, I need to tell you what is your responsibility? Is it so? Why there is a need that every time I need to tell you your responsibilities? You need to study, you need to do homework, you need to give tests, you need to send homework. Why is so? I am teacher, or am I your servant? Every time I will give you a reminder. I will call those students. This is the strict warning. I am going to do that. I will call the students who are not performing, who are not sending homework properly, and who are not attending class, and in front of your parents, I will just thrash you. I am telling you this. Okay, so we'll continue. Yesterday we were discussing about Surat. Surat was called gateway to the west, right? So if Surat is here, this area, Gujarat. So in Gujarat, Surat was there. So if you want to go to west, this is the west, this is the east, west, east, and upside it is north, downwards it is south. Okay. So if you want to go to west side of the country, you need to come to Surat. Okay, and from there you can go through the waterways. So it was also called gateway to the Hormuz. Gulf of Hormuz was there, right? So it was gateway to the Gulf of Hormuz. Also, it was gateway to the Mecca. Now, Mecca is the holy place of. It is a pilgrimage center for the Muslims, and this is in Saudi Arabia. Yesterday I have shown you. So basically, it was called gateway to the west because from any part of India, if anyone wants to go to west, they first need to come to Surat. Surat was a port city, it was having port, and from here you can board ship and you can go to the western countries. Okay. You first need to understand, every time you need to keep map in your brain. Okay. You need to keep map in your brain. Where is east, where is north, where is south. Okay. So like this, every time you need to remind it. Fine. Now I was telling you that Surat also was a cosmopolitan city. So I explained what is cosmopolitan city. So it was cosmopolitan city because many different the people of many different caste and creed was living there. Like we have Delhi today, right? So in Delhi there are more job opportunities. So the people from different part of the country go and settle down there in the Delhi. Yes. So the same way the Surat was having that significance in the medieval period. Okay. Now by 17th century, so here first I will write that we are reading about Surat. Okay. We are reading about the case study of Surat. So by 17th century, 17th century means, do you people know what does century means? Now we live in which century? 21st century, right? So century means like 17th century means 1601 to 1699. It will be 17th century. Okay. So now we live in 21st century. 100 years, like, but which 100 years? Century means 100 years, but which 100 years? In 17th century, it is not 1701. It is 1601 to 1699. That will come in 17th century. The same way from 2001 to 2099 will come in the 21st century. So we people are in 2020 and we are in 21st century. Okay, so like this, these are the basic things which you always need to keep in your mind. Okay. So by 17th century, what happened? The Portuguese, the Dutch, then the English. Do you know who are called the English? Can anyone tell me who is called English? Anyone knows who are called English men, English people? Okay. I am waiting. If you know, please answer. So they all have established their factories. Okay. Factories and warehouses. Okay, at Surat. Okay. Ahana, not foreigner. Rashri has given correct answer. Aman has given correct answer. Akriti has given correct answer. English is not foreigner. Foreigner means, foreigner is a general word. Sorry. Foreigner is a general word for everyone. Right. English is basically for British. British are called English. In many places in history, when you will read, you will find that British are called the English. Okay, so don't get confused with the English. Okay, so by 17th century, the Portuguese, the Dutch, the English, they have established their factories and warehouses in Surat. Now today, what do you mean by factories? When we started the history subject, in starting in first chapter only, we read that how the words have changed with the time, with the passage of time, how the words have changed their meanings. So this is how you can relate. We have seen that foreigner has been changed. The meaning of foreigner has been changed with the time. The same way the meaning of factory has also been changed. Today if we say factory, what does that mean? If I say factory, what do you understand by factory? Some goods are produced there, right? There are some goods which are produced, right? Factory means this only, no? That goods are produced. But in that time, when this Portuguese, Dutch, English, they set up their factories, it was not producing the goods. It was the godowns, storehouses. Okay. That time setting up factory doesn't mean producing goods. That was basically godowns, storehouses. Okay. So what basically these people were doing, these people set up their factories. That was basically the storehouses and godowns, and they used to buy the things from the Indian craft people. Okay, the craft person of the India, they used to buy it. A lot of sound is coming. So they used to buy the things on the cheaper price from the Indian craft person, and they used to store it in their factories, storehouse, and then they used to sell it, okay, in their countries. So they were basically doing trade like this. Okay, understood? Any question, anyone? So like this, if you see, these three traders from different countries, they established established their factories and warehouses in Surat. Can anyone tell me why they have done it Surat only? Why have they not chosen some other place? Can anyone tell me? Use your brain. Use your brain and tell me. I am waiting for this answer. Why they selected Surat? Why they have not done in some other place? At some other place? Okay. Tell me. Okay. So by 17th century, factories was established of different foreign traders, the Dutch, the Portuguese, and the English. Okay. So when this factories was established, at that time we were having Mughal emperor. We have already read about Mughal period. So we were having the Mughal emperor. Anyone remember which Mughal emperor was there when this factories were set up? Anyone remembers that? If you remember, tell me. Otherwise, I will tell you after some time. Okay. Now there was an English chronicle. There was an English chronicler. Chronicler means the person who used to write chronicles. What were the chronicles? Chronicles were basically the orders of the court, orders of the king's court, deeds of the king's court. Right? Upasana is saying because Surat is nearby other states, they have chosen the Surat. Actually, if you see, Surat was that time a port town and it was the gateway to western areas, western countries. Right? It was gateway to the west. So from anywhere in India, if they need to come to Surat and they need to board the ship from there and then they will go to their western countries. So because of that, they chose the Surat as the place where they can establish factory. Okay. Ahana is wrong, Ankita is correct, and Aman has given the correct answer. Jahangir was the ruler at that time when these factories were set up. Okay. So there was an English chronicler. His name was Ovington. Okay. English chronicler means he was the British. Okay. So he wrote an account of the port. He has written about the port of Surat. So what has he written? He has written it in 17th century. That is 1689. So he has written that on an average 100 ships of different countries. Do you know what does it mean? 100 ships of different countries. Huh? 100 ships of different countries could be found anchored at the port at any given time. That means at any time if you go Surat, at that time, in medieval period we are talking about, in 17th century we are talking about. So this English chronicler has written, Ovington, that in 1689 he has written, if you go to Surat, port of the Surat, any time, you will find 100 ships are anchored there. And that is of different countries. So you can understand that what kind of interaction was happening at Surat. Right? 100 different countries' ships were standing there. That means every time the foreigners were coming to the Surat. Right? So that kind of important significance Surat was having in the 17th century. Understood? we talked about Jahangir little bit. Okay, so Jahangir was there. He was the Mughal ruler. We have little bit read about him, right? When we have read the Mughal period. So Jahangir was the ruler. At the time of Jahangir, the British East India Company was established. British East India Company. So who established? So there was Sir Thomas Roe, Captain Hawkins. These people came to Jahangir's court and they told that if we want to do trade with you. Right? And like this, when they came, they set up the British East India Company. And slowly and gradually what happened? What happened? They came to know about the status of the India, what kind of political status we are having. They saw that if all the kings are fighting, they are capturing the territory. That kind of situation was there. The political instability was there. And that time Mughals decided that if we will capture the territory, what will happen? We will get more benefits. So like this, what they did? They colonized the country. Country को गुलाम बना लिया. Right? So see how these little things can change the destiny of the country, and it can happen with the people also. It happens with the people also. If you are ignorant, if you ignore the things, if you don't care about the things, what happens? This kind of failure will be there. That is why I always tell all of you that study properly. Today, if you will ignore these things, tomorrow the situation will ignore you. Understood? Today you will ignore the importance of time. Tomorrow the time will ignore you. And when the time ignores the people's condition will be pathetic. Yes or no? Students, I know you all know very well what to do, what not to do, but still you people are not doing. Okay. Now in Surat what was happening? There were retail and wholesale shops. There were retail and wholesale shops. Do you know the retail shop and wholesale shop? Do you people know about this difference? You must be knowing. And if you don't know, please ask, I will explain. So there were retail and wholesale shops, and what these shops used to sell? These shops used to sell cotton textiles. When we started in early of the chapter, we have discussed, right, about the craftsmen. When we were discussing, we have discussed that textiles and spices were the two major things which were having a great demand, right? In India, we were having spices and textiles which was in great demand in other countries, right? So there were retail and wholesale shops which used to sell this cotton textiles. Okay. Now, why these cotton textiles were only sold? For that also we have reason. You should always think about the reasons why certain place is having certain kind of thing. So if you see, cotton is grown, right? These you people must be knowing. So to grow cotton, you need black soil. Okay, you need black soil. Cotton can only grow in black soil. So the area around the Gujarat, okay, let me have an answer here. Ahana has answered retail shop sell 1 or 2 or more things, but wholesale shops sell one thing in bundles. Okay, yes, wholesale shops, they sell in stocks. Right, basically the retailers also take the things from the wholesalers. Right, yes. And retail is the thing, retail means the shop which you go and buy, that will be the retailer shop. Okay. So this near to this Surat, that means the area which is there in Gujarat and Maharashtra. The area in Gujarat and Maharashtra. So these areas, if you see, are having black soil. Understood? So the area where Surat is located, that area is having black soil, and this black soil is important for cotton. So that is why cotton is grown there, and when cotton is grown there, obviously the cotton textile will be developed. Yes? So this thing happens. As we already discussed, if a trade, a commerce is developing somewhere, there is some reason behind it, right? So cotton textile was growing in Surat. The reason was the area where the Surat was located. That area was having the black soil, which was suitable for the growing of cotton. So the cotton was growing there, and they used to trading in cotton textiles. Okay, till here anyone is having any question? Any question, anyone? Now Surat's textile was known for zari, gold, lace, borders. I know that the girls must be knowing about the zari, right? Girls must be knowing about zari. These are the golden borders you may find in any of the sari, any of the dress. Today it is commonly used, right? So boys also must be knowing about this. I don't think boys are not knowing, but girls basically use these things in the art and craft. So golden lace borders, which were jaris, and the textile of Surat was basically known for the zari work. Okay, they were doing zari work, and that zari work was very attractive. It was attracting the other people. Okay. Any question till now, anyone? No questions? Now I want to tell you people, okay, tomorrow we will complete this Surat. Okay, we are not having class tomorrow, so we will do it on Tuesday, and we will complete the Surat. So in next class I will be telling you about the Hundi system. What was the Hundi system? Okay, that I will tell you. Now I want to tell everyone that please consider it as a request, or consider it that I am scolding you. In whatever way you want to take it. Please do your homework properly. If you don't understand any of the homework, please ask to the subject teacher. If subject teacher is not responding, please consult me. I am your class teacher. I am reminding you that I am your class teacher. So please consult me regarding the homework. Also, when you are giving test, don't take it very easily. Please give the test properly. Your marks has been always checked what marks you are getting, and if you are getting less marks, I will ask you, because I am asked. If someone is asking me, I will also ask you why you have got less marks, right? I need to tell you that why you have got less marks. So whom do I ask? I will ask to you. So a lot of pressure is going to come on your work. So don't give pressure on me, and I will not give pressure to you, and we will do our work without any pressure. I want that. And some of the students, they are always disturbing me, and I don't want to be disturbed anymore. So please do your work properly and sincerely. This time your homework will come by Saturday, tomorrow. Because you have homework of only one day, Wednesday. You don't have homework of Monday. Complete your homework by tomorrow. It is enough ample time for you to do homework. Complete your homework by tomorrow and send it by tomorrow. I will have a look tomorrow evening, and after that I will prepare the result. Who have not given homework. Understood? Any question, anyone? Any problem, anyone? I will not consider network issue, this issue, that issue. I am not going to take that. 3-4 days we are giving to submit homework. I am not going to take that. Tanya and Nandini, are these girls here? Tanya and Nandini, your homework is never coming properly in a proper manner. Your homework is never coming in the proper manner. Tanya and Nandini. So I want you all to do the homework and first submit it on my WhatsApp. That should be today evening. Tanya and Nandini, you need to do the homework today evening and first you send it to me. I want to check what you are writing. Understood? Okay. Thank you everyone for today. We'll continue in the next class.